Hi, I'm Katie from What Katie Did, and today I'm talking about dyeing stockings. Now, a little disclaimer here is I have dyed stockings before. I hand dyed them using Dylon dye about 20 years ago, and I will go in further as to why this didn't work commercially. But because I'd done it before, I thought this would be a super easy demonstration showing you how to dye your stockings at home. To answer the question as to why I dyed all these different colour stockings, different dyes dye different yarns. The seam doesn't take the dye, so the leg can be whatever colour you want, and the seam will stay the red or the blue or the green or whatever colour polyester thread you used for that. When I tried to dye stockings at home 20 years ago, it was for an Asian model we were working with, and although she hadn't asked for her skin tone nylons, I knew the ones we had wouldn't match her, so I thought I'd give it a go and see how they worked out at home. They did take the dye, they looked great. The main issue I had from a reselling point of view is that when you open your pair of stockings, they look really nice and flat. This is because when stockings are dyed before they're packed, they're actually steamed to make them nice and flat and have no creases. Whereas once you've washed them, they look more like this. And although I could have folded them and packaged them, you still would have had creases in them, and I didn't think that was acceptable to sell. I don't know what you think about that now. Maybe we did a sticker saying these have been hand dyed and they don't look pristine like these. But that is the main reason why they didn't work for me. The second reason is the logistics of actually hand dyeing everything and the amounts of stockings that I'd damaged while dyeing them, because stockings are, quite delicate and easy to hitch. I had romantic notions of me stirring like Nigella Lawson my stockings in the cauldron, but I ran out of time, and so I just got home from work, threw them in the washing machine with a Dylon dye, and now I have the bag of dyed stockings to show you how they turned out. As you can see, the bag has been dyed. It was pink, 100% cotton. It is now kind of a browny pink because the under colour gets picked up by the dye. You can see if you look closely that the yarn, the sewing yarn hasn't been dyed. This is because it's polyester and Dylon doesn't dye polyester. So inside, what do we have? Well, here is the original stocking, and here is the dyed stocking. And as you can see, even though this dye is supposedly supposed to dye nylon, it's exactly the same. And this was the same for all the stockings. None of the dye took at all, apart from on the cotton bag. So even though I thought this is an easy one, it is an epic fail, and I'm on to stage 2 or trial number 2. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to investigate different dyes. I'm going to see if I can talk to the factory and see if I can get any advice from them, but it is just before Christmas, and if you're not in Europe, basically the UK and Italy, we just shut down for 2 weeks, so nothing's going to happen anytime soon. But there are other dyes I can try and see what happens in the new year.